In that tutorial, you are going to learn how to persist data on Android by using SQLite database. On Android, there are several solutions to persist data between user sessions. One solution is to use a relational database to persist data and then to be enabled to query easily this data. In standard, Android SDK comes with a SQLite implementation. Biggest advantage of SQLite integration to Android OS is the fact that there is no need to set up the database, so no administration of this database. SQLite is embedded in standard, and each application can have its own SQLite database. The only job that developers must make is to define SQLite tables and statements for creating and updating data. Access to an SQLite database involves accessing the file system, so it can be a slow operation. To avoid application not responding errors, it's recommended to perform database operations asynchronously. After the theory, we start the practice. We are going to make a database with a players table letting us to store and buy players. To start, we create a simple player Java Pojo with some properties like ID, name, position, and ace, and a simple constructor, and a toString method to display the information of a player. Then we must create the SQLite OpenHelper extended class to manage our application database. We implement the onCreate and the onUpgrade method. We define some constants like database version, name, table name, and also the column names. So here, the database version is 1. The database name will be players.db, and the table name will be players. Now we define columns name with ID, name, position, and ace. We define an array of string for columns name that will be useful to make some queries on the database. We create the constructor for the SQLite database handler. We call the super constructor with the database name and the database version. So in the onCreate handler, we are going to create the table players. So we create the query. It's a classic SQL query, the create table query. And now we are going to call the exec SQL method on the database instance to create the table. On the upgrade method, you can write some code to upgrade between two versions of the database. Here we are just to make the SQL query to drop the table if it exists before recreating then. We are going to write a delete one method to delete a player in the database. In parameter, we pass the player Pojo. We get a write-up database instance, and we call the delete method. We pass in parameter the table name, the where clause. It will be ID, the ID value of the player. And last, the parameter to be bound. And then don't forget to close the database after the query with a db close call. Now we are going to create a getPlayer method to get a specific player with his ID. So here we are just to get a readable instance of the database. We create a query with the query method of the database. We pass in parameter the table name. Second parameter concerns the column names. Third parameter is for the selection. We select by ID here. We pass the parameters to be bound to the selection in force. Fifth parameter will be for the group by elements. Sixth parameter for the having clause. Seventh for the order by. And the last parameter will be useful for the limit clause. But here we are just making a query by ID. We get a cursor for this query. We check if the cursor is not null, and then we move to the first element of the cursor with the move to first method. We create a new player instance with the element returned by the cursor in parameter of the player creation. The ID, the name, the position, and the ace. And last, we return the player at the end of the method. Now we create all players method. The goal of the method is to return all the players in the database without any constraint. So we create a list of players. We create the selection with a query. We get an instance of the database. We execute the raw query method to get a cursor for this query. And now we are going to iterate on the cursor to get all the players in the database and construct the player Pojo associated. And add all these players to the list that will be returned in the end of the method. Note in the while statement that we iterate on the cursor while the move to next method returns true. Now we are going to create the add player method to add a player in the database. We get the writable instance of the database. We create a content values object to put the value to add for the player. We put the name, the position, and the ace. And we make an insert call method on the database to add this player. The ID will be auto-generated by the database. And we close the database after the addition of a player. Now we are going to create an update player method to update a specific player in database, the table player. We use the update method on the database with the table name, the value to update, and the selection, the ID for the player to be updated. Don't forget to close the database after the update. Now we can write the code in our main activity to use this method and add some player. So in the layout, we have just a text view element. We center it in the parent. We increase the text size and define an ID. It would be useful to display the players in the database. In a real-life world, we can use a list view to display the player, but here it's just a tutorial to understand the use of SQLite. So in the main activity, we get the instance of the text view from the layout to display the result. The result is the players got from the database. We create an SQLite database handler object. And now we add some players to the database. We create player object. We add LeBron James as the first player. Then we add Kevin Durant. Then Anthony Davis. And the last but not the least, we add Rudy Gobert from France. We use the addPlayer method of the database instance to add these players. Then we use the allPlayers method to get all the players in the database. And then we have to display these players in the user interface to check our SQLite tutorial is working correctly. Like said previously, we can use a list view, but here it's just a simple tutorial, so we create a string to display all these players in the simple text view centered in the parent. Now we can try our application in action. So we click on the play button to run the application on the emulator. Proceed with that instant run. And so we can see the result displayed on the screen. The 4 players are displayed. Now we can choose to delete a player, for example Rudy Gobert, use the delete one method and try the result. Like you can see, there are two ads and Rudy Gobert has been removed. So we are going to create a method to delete all the players on the database. Remove all players. We create the query, delete from players table to delete all the players added in the database. We get a write-up database instance and execute the SQL on this instance. So you can try our method. We choose to remove all players. Let's make the try. Okay, no players in database. We remove the method and we will see the 4 players inserted in database. That's all for that tutorial. Don't hesitate to subscribe to the SOREL channel for other tutorials.